this box arrive, I know exactly what's in it. It should be door seals. Let's have a look. Copy the landy. One, two. And there we can see a top bit of bodging on the hinges. We'll sort that out at some stage. So we gave these a dusting of paint. What I did is I just put a basic mask around here with some masking tape, and then using a bit of cardboard with a cutout, I just held that over there, and I sprayed it with this, which is glass reinforced chassis paint, and it's the anti-corrosive paint. So I did that one and that one, and just put a bit of paint on. Put in the door seal around here, and I threw in my front runner drawer pack, and we got a bit of space by the side of it to put my toolbox, and we got the compressor. Let's just show you under there. You can just see the compressor there. That's where that's going to live. And yeah, I took the door off last night and it rained, so this has got a little bit damp. So what I want to do now is get the door, the back door, and get that put on, get it prepped, get it painted, get it put on, just to seal up the back. So let's go and have a look at that. So what we're looking at here is the back door, and this is actually a new back door, although it was sitting outside for a couple of months and we got a bit of surface rust on it. It's broken through the primer, so we need to deal with that. Last night the first thing I did was drill some holes in it because I need to fit the lock, and also, I don't know if you can see that in frame, over here this centre hinge bolt pattern, bolt holes, weren't in there, so we ran a drill through here and just deburred it from the other side, and then over here for the lock, this hole there, I don't know if you can see that, wasn't present, so we had to drill that hole. And the way we did that is we took the lock and I got a red marker. I don't know if you can quite see that. There's a little bit of red still left on the lock. I got a red marker, and I coloured in the red marker, and then I flipped the lock round and I pressed it into position, and it left a red impression there. and using that we found the centre of the hole. It left quite a perfect circle actually, so it was quite easy to find the centre of the hole. And then using a cone drill, we span the cone drill through and then bored it through from the other side. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it didn't leave a perfectly round hole, which is unusual really, because cone drills are usually quite good at leaving round holes. But you'll have to be a very keen eye to spot that. So I found some bolts, and we trial fitted the lock, make sure we got all our make sure we got it all lined up. And after we did that, I had my little girl with me in the workshop last night, and she took a lot of pleasure in sticking the tape on. And we've masked off the window with some masking tape and some newspaper, and what we're going to do is paint this now. And what I intend to do is paint it with Corollas S, which is the pink buff anti-corrosion or corrosion inhibiting primer. And I think I'm going to try spraying it. I've never tried spraying it before. I've always dolloped it on with a brush, but I fancy having a go at spraying it and seeing how we get on. So I think it's going to need 2 or 3 coats of that if we spray it, because it's going to go on quite thin. It's going to need to be thinned. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll give that a go. So here it is, the back door. I've sprayed it with Corollas primer. It's had a couple of decent coats, and I put extra along the bottom. As we all know, this is the place where it really goes. So it's had several good coats along the bottom, and I need to do the inside of the locking mechanism, because again, it pulls under here. I might even drill a hole through it or do something just to act as a water drain. But there it is. We'll let that dry, and we'll put some top coat on it. I am truly amazed by this little spray gun. It was only cheap, and so far I've painted the entire car with it, and it's still going strong. And that really impresses me. And just now I put the some Corollas through it, which I thinned out just a little bit to paint the back door, and it sprayed that too. So I really am surprised at how good this little thing is. Say that, I can't get the bloody thing in there. There we go. It's been this gun's been abused, and what I mean by abused is I haven't cleaned it out every single time I've used it. What I've done, I've been a bit lazy with it really, and I've been just putting gun wash through it and spraying a bit of gun wash through and just leaving gun wash in it, and I'm amazed really that it's still holding out. Let's find the spring. I think what I might do is I might put these on our website in our tools section, because I'm truly impressed. I mean, you can spend a fortune on these guns. Now, I am no professional paint sprayer by any stretch of the imagination. There's guys out there that just totally understand the science of it. But for me, for what I paid for this, I'm over the moon with it. It's still going, and it sprayed all the 2-pack epoxy on the body, and now it's just on the Corollas, which is a really thick paint, and it came out okay. I had to up the pressure very slightly on the compressor and here on my regulator on the gun, but you know what, for the money I paid for that, that is superb.